Ian Dudge Villanea coming in with the question today. Says, should the Lakers sign MELO? We got our first Carmelo Anthony question coming in, and I actually talked about this on a recent video. The report is if the Lakers do trade for Chris Paul, which I don't think is going to happen, Carmelo Anthony is expected to join him. I just don't think it's going to happen, though. They're not going to be able to trade for Chris Paul, but I'll tell you what. Carmelo makes a lot of sense on this Laker team. Coming off the bench, their best player is, Kyle Kuzma? Maybe Alex Caruso if he's not starting? I actually like Melo on this Lakers team. It does make too much sense, but the problem is, here's the biggest problem. Melo wants to go to a team where he can play big-time minutes. Melo was playing 33 minutes a game in Portland. Where are you going to play more than 33 minutes per game? Definitely not the Lakers, so quit with that, Melo. Accept your role as a role player, 15 to 20 minutes a game. That's all you're going to get. You're not going to get it with the Lakers. That's my Melo rant for the day. If you want more Melo rants or Laker rants as well, you can go to youtube.com/LakersTV and subscribe today. We're trying to hit 22,000 because we just hit 21,000, but what I want to do is get 23,000 because LeBron James, 23, and that means the next jump is 24,000. You know who that is? Kobe Bryant. So make sure you subscribe today to youtube.com/LakersTV. Rainier Albert Lazada says salary dump, Blake Griffin, or a harder salary dump, Blake Griffin or Harrison Barnes? Blake Griffin. Harrison Barnes is super meh, but he stays on the floor. He stays healthy. He is able to play basketball. Blake Griffin can't stay healthy. The guy literally never plays anymore at this point in his career, and it's frustrating for a team that trades for him because the thing with Blake Griffin is he's still a great player. Like, his talent level is still all-star level when he's healthy. But that is a huge win. That is like win, W-H-E-N, not win, W-I-N, because there's not a lot of times that Blake Griffin's been healthy in the past few years. So I think it's Blake Griffin, but I can definitely see the argument for a guy like Harrison Barnes. Mutt Miles coming in with the question says, what do you think the best possible trade is for the Warriors involving the second overall pick? I mean, the best possible trade would be getting, I think, Bradley Beal. I mean, anytime you can get a guy who puts up 30-plus points per game, I think it makes way too much sense to say no to. I just don't see the Wizards trading Bradley Beal, even if it does land in the second pick, because whoever you get with the second pick is not going to be as good as Bradley Beal. I think another very viable option, in fact, one that might actually be possible, is one for Jrue Holiday to the New Orleans Pelicans. But the Pelicans got to offer up something else. Maybe they throw in some draft picks. Maybe they throw in even a guy like a Frank Jackson or a Josh Hart, off the bench. But maybe a Beal, maybe a Jrue Holiday, And if you are a Warriors fan, you want to know what they're going to do with that pick, make sure you subscribe to youtube.com/WarriorsTV. Let's go to Matthew Phipps. Says, Celtics acquire Joel Embiid and Shake Milton. 76ers get the 14th overall pick, the 30th overall pick, or the 26th overall pick, Hayward and Grant Williams. This is not bad. Not bad. I don't think the Sixers love the idea of getting Gordon Hayward. I also don't know if the 14th overall pick is enough. I think you got to throw in maybe a Robert Williams, one of their big men, or a Daniel Tice, even though I know they have Al Horford. I think the Sixers say no, but I think there's also a chance the Celtics say no because they love Grant Williams, and I think they think he can develop into a really nice player. Now, will he ever be Joel Embiid? No, absolutely not, but he can be a very good player in his own right. Now, what you guys need to acquire via trade of cash is chatsports.com/NBA masks. These awesome face masks, they are available for up to 30% off. Go get one today. Whoever your favorite team is, whatever your favorite style is, go pick one up for a low, low price. You can get one, packs of 2, packs of 3, or packs of 4. You can buy your whole family one for Halloween. I guess you want to wear a Halloween mask? This works as well. chatsports.com/NBA mask. The season's coming back a little sooner than we expected. You're going to have to wear a face mask if you want to go watch your favorite team play. So go check them out today at Fanatics. That link is going to be in the comments section, and it's going to be in the description. But if you need it one more time, go ahead, open up a new tab. You can hear me say it in the background, chatsports.com/NBA mask. Let's go to Kevin Reza, and I would say go get a picture, but it looks like he has some kind of picture with something on it. I can't tell. Oh, he's got the fly on his picture. That's clever. I like that, Kevin. He says, what can the Rockets do without trading Westbrook and Harden? Not a whole lot. Maybe trade like an Eric Gordon away. I think that's the best thing. But you got to get some kind of big man. I know they don't want one. I know they like what they're doing with the small ball, but Mike D'Antoni's gone. They're going to have a new head coach, and that new head coach is probably going to want somebody that can rebound the ball. I don't know what the Rockets are going to do because they're so capped out right now. I think you got to try to trade away Eric Gordon potentially and just roll with Robert Covington, PJ Tucker, and then whoever you get in there as the 5. I don't think they're going to trade Russ or Harden, though. I think they're going to run that experiment back at least one more time, but we'll just have to wait and see. 2K Nola coming in with another super chat today. Appreciate you, 2K. Says, Pels give Drew and JJ or Drew and a pick for whom? Man, what could you get for that? I mean, Drew and a pick and like a JJ or a JJ Redick besides the pick could definitely land you the number 2 overall pick from the Warriors. I don't think you're going to get like a Bradley Beal. You might be able to get like a Gary Harris and a Michael Porter Jr. from Denver. Maybe, God, I think that's probably the best you're going to get. I think Michael Porter Jr., Gary Harris, and maybe even a Will Barton would be a pretty good trade there between the Pelicans and the Nuggets. But it's hard to determine exactly what JJ Redick's trade value is, and I'm not sure what kind of picks they have coming up in the future as well. Silver Bullet Basile coming in and says, hashtag GiannisToDallas, hashtag MFFL. Appreciate you, Silver Bullet. What are the 3 top priorities for the Dallas Mavericks this offseason? Great question. Number 1, and they've already made it clear the Mavericks themselves have, it's toughness, physical toughness, and a veteran presence. Really, those are kind of 2 in 1, just a tough veteran. Number 2, you got to add shooting around Luka and KP. They have solid shooters and guys like Seth Curry, right? But they don't have a ton of them. And then number 3, I think it's playmaking. You got to have a secondary playmaker next to Luka Doncic. And I don't mean secondary playmaker like Trey Burke. I mean a guy that can actually go out and make plays, although I do want Trey Burke back. So I'd say veteran toughness, number 1, more shooting, number 2, secondary playmaking, number 3. Good question there from Silver Bullet. Now I want to ask you guys the question. So you guys are asking me the question. I'm going to flip it around on you guys. Who is the best Texas team? Type M for Mavs, type R for Rockets, or type your S for Spurs. The best team in Texas for the 2021 season. If you think it's the Mavs, type your M. If you think it's the Rockets, type your R. If you think it's the S, type, or if you think it's the Spurs, type your S. If I see any S's in the comment section, I'm going to call you absolutely crazy. It's either the Mavs or the Rockets. And you know what I'm going with. The Dallas Mavericks. Neri Indu coming in with a question says, Booker for Culver, Beasley, 5 first-round picks. Oh, my gosh. The 1st and the 17th, Okogie and Smart and Bojan to the Lakers. Am I dreaming? Or wow, what in the world is going on here, Neri? So let's get a couple things first. A couple things in line first. Malik Beasley is a free agent. That's not going to happen. 5 first-round picks, that's basically impossible to trade. Okogie and Smart and Bojan to the Lakers. Bojan to the Lakers is definitely possible. I don't know how they're going to trade for him. But, Neri, I think you're kind of all over the place with this question, but I appreciate you trying. Maybe come back and try again later. Jonathan Studuviant says, who does Kuz get traded for? Guys, I'm sorry, Laker fans, but I think Victor Oladipo is the guy that you got to trade Kyle Kuzma for. I know Brian Windhorst said Danny Green, Kyle Kuzma in a first is too much for Oladipo. I disagree with Brian Windhorst. I think that is a proper trade for the Los Angeles Lakers. That first-round pick is not going to help you that much this year. You don't really need it right now. If you can dump Danny Green and you give up on Kuzma to get a 28-year-old Victor Oladipo that still has a lot left to give, I think you have to do it. So I'm not sure what the Lakers are going to look for in return for Kuzma. I'm not even sure if they're going to trade Kyle Kuzma, but I think they are at least going to take calls, and one they should be taking is from the Indiana Pacers on a potential Victor Oladipo trade. Emmanuel Corker says Celtics trade Marcus Smart, Gordon Hayward, Daniel Thies in the 26th for Brandon Ingram. Wow. So obviously this would have to be a sign and trade type of scenario. And man, I don't hate this, but I don't think New Orleans would say yes. And here's why. New Orleans is trying to stay young, and they're trying to build for the future. Now, Marcus Smart and Gordon Hayward together, probably close to equal value as Brandon Ingram. Maybe not quite, but close when it comes to actual production on the court next year. But for the future, Brandon Ingram is far more valuable than Marcus Smart and Gordon Hayward. Daniel Theis, I don't think really moves the needle for the New Orleans Pelicans. And that 26th pick is fine, but again, it's another thing that just doesn't move the needle. I think the Pelicans say no, but it at least gets these two teams talking. Now, if you're an NBA fan or an NFL fan, you can subscribe to youtube.com/chatsportstv. And if you're saying, hey, Jimmy, I want to get my questions answered. I want to get up on the screen. I have things I want to talk about in the NBA. What's going on? Why can't you answer my questions? It's probably because you're not tuned in to our live show. We go live every single Friday at 3 p.m. Central Time. So youtube.com/chatsportstv. There's a big red button down below. All you got to do is hit subscribe and make sure you turn on your notifications or else you might miss our next live show. Again, every Friday afternoon, I'm live for a whole hour answering your questions. Let's go to Ken Hayer. Says, Michael Porter Jr. to the Lakers for Green, Kuzma. No, absolutely not. Michael Porter Jr. is already better than Kyle Kuzma. Danny Green is not good. And that first-round pick is at the end of the first round, and the Nuggets do not need draft picks. They need win-now talent. The only win-now talent in that lineup, or in that trade, is Danny Green. But Michael Porter Jr. probably helps you win more now than Danny Green and Kyle Kuzma combined. So I'm afraid the Denver Nuggets say no, but keep trying, and maybe you can get Michael Porter Jr. to the Lakers. Now, if you're a Lakers fan, you can get these awesome masks at chatsports.com/NBA mask. But don't worry, this deal isn't only for Laker fans. It's for every fan of the NBA, whoever you're a fan of. It's chatsports.com/NBA mask. I actually have a friend who has started collecting NBA masks. He's got 14 different teams ready to go right now. So let me see if you can beat that. Go to that link and see if you can get 15 different teams purchased. Go ahead and try it right now. That link is in the comments. It's in the description, or you can just bookmark it. Make sure you never miss it because those face masks are for up to 30% off for a limited time only. One more time, that's chatsports.com/NBA mask. That's an awesome deal. Trust me, I've already got mine. I wear it every single day, and you have to too. So go ahead and get yours today.